You're listening to The Snipers Club. I'm your host, The Sniper, and this is our grand final preview. So the time of year is finally upon us, guys, and we're looking forward to an absolutely epic clash tomorrow between the Panthers and the Broncos. Conditions are set to be perfect and quite warm, and the match takes place at Accor Stadium. Before we kick off with our preview, we'd love to extend a huge thank you to all of you that have followed us, listened, profited with us, and made our first full season online so enjoyable. It's much appreciated. So let's cash some of these biggies on Sunday and let's get right into the action with some quick stats. Penrith haven't lost a Sunday game since 2021. Penrith have won 5 of their last 6 against the Broncos. This is Stephen Crichton's 100th NRL game and his last for Penrith. He's gunning for 4 straight tries in 4 straight finals. This is also Kotoni Stagg's 100th game. Adam Reynolds has 49 NRL tries. Let's skip the father and son rhetoric because that's just boring. 7 of the last finals have been under 40.5 points. No centre has ever won the Clive Churchill medal. The last 21 finals have seen under 47 points scored. The team who scored the first try has won the last 7 grand finals. The Penrith have won 8 straight finals matches and haven't been behind at half-time in any game. Brisbane have scored 22 points in every game since round 17. Looking at the try map, the Panthers concede most tries to fullbacks with 12. The opposing fullback is Reece Walsh. The Broncos concede most tries to left wingers and fullbacks, both with 12. The opposing left winger is Taruva. The opposing fullback is Dylan Edwards. So guys, you'll have listened to many different pods and seen many different shows, and most people seem to think that this is Penrith to lose. We don't think it's going to be that straightforward, and the match result really is too tight to call. If you look at what's been happening recently, last time the Broncos played, they offloaded 23 times. So it looks like they were starting to implement that tactic ahead of this game at Penrith because the Eels had such joy in beating Penrith numerous times with that style of play. So look potentially for offloads from Payne Haas and Carrigan to try and implement second and third phase plays. For the Panthers, we think they're going to have to try and work Adam Reynolds as hard as possible to tire him out. But do remember, the Broncos have got lots of points in them. They need to take the Panthers on early, and they'll look to Reece Walsh to do that, who's been in absolutely exhilarating form. Last time they played, he was walking behind the play, then he'd speed up, he picked out Walters from nowhere and put him into score. But, as you know, Reece Walsh has got mistakes in him. So Penrith will try and expose his weaknesses and they'll try and latch onto any loose balls. Stephen Crichton will be marking Reece Walsh, and we all know he loves a breakaway try. So should Reece Walsh try and throw a Harbour Bridge ball or something that's a little bit too complicated or a little bit too wayward, then Crichton may score yet another breakaway try. But we think Crichton will have his hands full in defence, and it may be difficult for him to actually get another try in tomorrow's match. You can't make Reece Walsh type mistakes 2 or 3 times against Penrith or they'll absolutely suffocate you. So those are some of the themes that we'll be looking at to play out over the course of tomorrow's game. For the Panthers, the main thing they'll need to stop is Payne Haas. Last time they played him, they limited him to 101 metres and the Panthers narrowly won that game. If you stop Payne Haas, then you blunt their momentum massively. And there is one thing that could work in their favour. If you've got Fisher Harris and Lyotta trying to take him down low, bring him to ground early, and he does manage to stay up a little bit longer than expected, then it can create second phase opportunities via offloads for the Broncos, who can hit them fast and hard on the edges. Looking at Payne Haas's stats, he averages 188 metres per game this year, and last time they limited him to only 101. If you do like this stat, guys, there are some slightly exotic markets on Bet365. If you think the Panthers can blunt his progress, then potentially have a look at that market to see who he's up against in that group. You may want to back someone else to make more meters, potentially Carrigan or one of the Panthers. It's worth checking that market anyway. So Crichton will be charged with shutting down Walsh on the Broncos' right edge, and he hasn't faced edges as strong in defence as Penrith's, and he hasn't faced them much at all. On the other edge, you've got Farnworth, who doesn't pass much, and you'll have Luai, Sorensen and Crichton tasked with snuffing out Walsh and Reynolds. Crichton's been excellent in defence of late, and we're expecting the Panthers to kick to Jesse Arthurs as much as possible, and that would allow Liam Martin to try and shut down Herbie Farnworth, who's key to so much of what the Broncos do in terms of gaining meters. So if they can stifle Haas and Herbie, the Broncos meters will be lower than usual, and that should go a long way to Penrith potentially winning the game. Arthurs is generally safe in terms of ball catching, but he had a poor knock-on last week. So those are some of our notes for this game. As we said, we do find it really, really hard to call. It may be low scoring. We generally like to put try scorers up, as you guys know, but for the most part, we're going to be swerving that this week. We're going to move on to our selections, guys, to not waste too much time. We backed these on Wednesday, so you'll have to shop around for the prices and see if they're still there. We had 1 point on Liam Martin to win the Clive Churchill medal at $21. That was on 365. Our thinking is actually that the selectors are slightly racist. As much as I love Payne Haas, and many of us love Payne Haas, will they actually give him the medal if he deserves it? We don't think so. Why? Because his mother's in jail for manslaughter. Why? Because his brother's being done for drug possession or drug related offences to the tune of around $1 million. So sadly, we think they'd like to pick a whiter than white player, and yeah, it's not fair, but that's our opinion. So some of these bets play on that theme. So Liam Martin, Clive Churchill at $21 for 1 point on 365. We've then got our main bet, which is a 5-point bet, and that is St Helens to beat Warrington, minus 1.5 points match handicap, running on to under 40.5 total points, and that pays out $2.1 at Bet365. So St Helens to beat Warrington in the Super League. Warrington are useless, and St Helens should be able to cover this easily. You'll have seen them play Penrith in the pre-season challenge. There was a game where St Helens actually beat Penrith, so they'll have far too much for Warrington. Running on to under 40.5 total points. So 5 points at $2.1 on Bet365. We've then got a Nathan Cleary style SGM where all the selections are heavily correlated. When we placed this on Wednesday, they hadn't worked out that it was correlated. We take this bet for 0.3 points and it pays $61 on Bet365. Drop goal in the match, yes. Cleary anytime scorer. Penrith plus 8.5 points. And Cleary to win the Clive Churchill medal. So we'll repeat that for you. Drop goal, yes. Cleary anytime. Penrith $8.5 and Cleary to win the Clive Churchill medal. That pays $61. The next one we like was Carrigan. So that we've got a Carrigan same game multi. He's another whiter than white player, and we could see him winning. So we've done. We've taken this for 0.6 points. So we go with under 44.5 match points and Carrigan to win this Clive Churchill medal. That pays $17. We've had that for 0.6 points at Bet365. And we've got another special selection locked for our members in our sniper tip section. So we'll be posting that. Actually, we posted that yesterday. So good luck with everything tomorrow, guys. Let's cash. I know we've got some crossover with some other tipsters and friends with Liam Martin. It would be great to see him go over. We're not going to call the match result. We think it's going to be too tight. So read into that what you will. You've been listening to the Snipers Club. Please like, share, and help our channel grow.